Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is a bright pink lip tutorial video. I've paired this lip with a soft tan colored eye. This is a perfect look for festive occasions and I hope you'll enjoy this video. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the primer and I'm using the Meteorites primer by Guerlain. This is a very nice primer for a glowy look. It's very lightweight, it's gel based, so it sinks right into the skin and gives just a nice glow to the skin. Next, I'm going to use a bit of the orange brightener from Clinique for my under eye area. Unfortunately, this has been discontinued now, so you can go for another orange tinted concealer if you want to correct your under eye area. This can also be used around the nose and mouth. For foundation, I'm using one of my favorites, which is the MAC Matchmaster Foundation. This is a really good foundation for combination skin. It's not too dewy, it's not too matte, it sits in a very natural finish and the coverage is really good as well. It's not too heavy on the coverage, but it does even out the skin really well, and this is a really good foundation for people who don't like to go too full coverage or too sheer. Next, I'm using MAC Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre and I'm using this to just even out my eyelids, and this will form a nice base for my eyeshadow. It's going to make my eyeshadow pop and also make it last for a much longer time. Moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Coastal Scents Revealed palette and I'm using this matte brown color and I'm going to apply this all over my lid as well as my crease area. This will just act as a transition shade between my lid color and my skin color. Next, I'm going to take a darker brown color and I'm going to apply this all over my lid. So you can see I've got a bit of a transition going on. I've got the darkest color closest to my lash line and then the color just softens as we move up. Next, I'm going to mix these two colors, which is a gold and a brown, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid. I've done a lot of layering in this look and that really gives it that really nice shine and complexity. And before I move on to the next step, I'm just going to use a clean blending brush and blend out the color applied in the previous step. Next, I'm going to take a beautiful rose gold color. This one is Sequin by ColourPop, and I'm going to apply this to the center of the lid as well as in the inner half of the lid. Next, I'm taking that chocolate brown color and I'm applying this to the outer V of my lid, and that will give it a bit of a horizontal gradient as well. And going back in with a clean blending brush just to make sure that everything is well blended and smooth. You can leave the look at that, but I'm going to add a little bit of pigment. This is Tan by MAC and I'm adding this just to the center of my lid, and this is just going to add a beautiful glossy shine. And before I apply any shadows to my lower lash line, I'm going to use concealer and I'm using a mix of MAC NC35 and NC30. These shades are slightly light for me otherwise, but because I used an orange corrector in the first step, they won't look ashy and they'll just brighten up my under eye area. To set everything, I'm using the loose powder by Clinique. For the lower lash line, I used a mix of the gold and brown eyeshadow from the Studio West palette that I had used for my lid area as well, and I just applied this evenly all along my lower lash line. To highlight my inner corner and brow bone area, I used the Mary Lou Manizer highlighter from theBalm. This is my favorite highlighter and I'm going to use the same one for my cheeks as well later. To line my upper lash line, I'm using the Pretty Easy Liquid Eyelining Pen by Clinique. This is one of my favorite liquid liners. It just makes doing a winged eyeliner super easy and the color is quite rich and black as well. Because this is a festive look, I'm going to apply a bit of Kajal and I'm using this one by Sugar. I'm applying this to my lower waterline as well as my upper waterline. To give my brows a fuller look, I'm applying some of the brow powder from the Shiseido Brow Styling Kit. And then coming to the lashes, I'm going to curl them and then apply the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Volume Lash Multiplying Mascara. And to finish off the look, I'm going to apply a pair of false eyelashes. These are the 43S lashes by Model Rock. Now coming back to the face, I'm going to use the Bahama Mama Bronzer, and I'm using this to slightly contour my cheekbones and my jawline, and I'm also going to use a little bit of this along my nose as well, just to give it a more structured and chiseled look. For blush, I'm going to use this one by Chambor. This is the shade Candy Rose. It's quite a bright pink color, that's why I've used a fan brush just to deposit a very tiny amount of color on the cheeks. And then I'm going in with a fluffier brush just to blend it well with my bronzer. Then to highlight, I'm going to mix the Mary Lou Manizer and the Betty Lou Manizer by theBalm. One is a champagne highlighter and the other one is a golden bronze color. So I get a really warm and beautiful highlight. And coming to the last step, which is the lips, I'm going to use the Lakme Absolute Matte Lip Tint in the shade Pink Fantasy. This is a deep, rich fuchsia color and I love the formula. It's quite matte, it's really pigmented and it stays for a really long time. And that is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you liked this look, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and I will see you all soon in my next video. Bye.